John Oaks here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And today here in our showroom, we're going to go over the newest addition to our inventory, and that is this 1955 Chevrolet 210 here that you see here sitting beside me. This car, real nice car here, just overall. I drove this car around just a little wee bit here today, and I'll tell you what, this car is really a pleasure to drive. This car is burgundy exterior, as you can see, all metal, nothing at all fiberglass on this car. All of the bright work, meaning your bumpers, all the trim and moldings and so forth, that stuff's all in really great condition on this car. So you'll see it as we walk around the car. I will point it out, but again, just keep in mind it is all in great condition. You've got the Chevrolet script emblems here on both front fenders. Of course, the all steel hood with that big hood ornament, just like all those 55s would have. You can see the wheels and tires on this car. It's a factory steel rally wheel for the Chevys. It's a 15-inch wheel, both front and rear. Beauty rings and center caps are on there. And then for tires, they went with Uniroyal Tiger Paw tires, 215/70 R15s on all four corners. So that's going to make, you know, rotating those tires if you need to, pretty much a cinch there for you. Now the lines and all the gaps, the elevations, all the body panel alignment on this car, really nice for a 55 Chevy. You can see the door gaps here on the front side and the rear of the car here, pretty tight gaps the whole way around. Elevations are dead on the car, so again, it's lining up with the front fenders and the rear quarters. Of course, like I said, you've got all your trim here, your moldings around your windows. Those are all in great shape. The side moldings on the car, again, nice and straight, polished up really well. It does have tinted glass in the car, so both your vent window, your actual door window itself, and the quarter windows, all tinted. No cracks, no chips whatsoever to talk of. Real nice glass. And then it's got the mirrors on both sides. Driver, passenger side, the chrome finish on the outside, really good. And of course the glass in those mirrors in great condition too. Same thing with the door handles, real nice condition here. No pitting at all on those at all. Now your drip rail moldings, those are painted the same as the body color. Again, real nice condition. As I run my finger through the rain gutter itself, nice and smooth the whole way up through there. And the paint, same thing, nice and smooth and shiny all the way around on this car. As we're here at the door, let's go ahead and open this up. We'll take a look at the interior. Now you can see inside we've got the kind of the two-tone effect inside. You've got the black and the gray on all the seat upholstery. Now the black is all vinyl. Of course the gray, that is like a cloth insert on that upholstery. The dash is all black and chrome. You can see there, factory instrumentation. It does have 3 aftermarket gauges down below, along with the tach, and those are going to be your water pressure, oil temperature, and your voltmeter gauges, all black face gauges. It does have the center console with a B&M floor shifter in it. Again, all of that works very well. And it does have all the seat belts. So you've got the retractable belts up front. Of course, you've got your normal belts in the rear. As far as other controls that we have inside here, you can see it's got a tilt steering wheel, or steering column I should say, in here, and it has cruise control, and it does work too, by the way. Wood grain steering wheel there. A lot of things to really talk about in the interior. It's got heat and air on it. It's got an aftermarket, I believe, Pioneer, I think, CD player in there, AM/FM CD player. And then of course the door panels are made to match the rest of the interior. Everything is in really good condition on the inside of this car too. Power locks, power windows just on the front doors here. So again, real nice unit here. And we'll take a look from the other side when we get there. As we come back to side here, you can see the car has a little bit of custom, I guess, graphics work here. I'm really not sure per se if it's painted on or if it was vinyl. I think it was painted and then they cleared over that just kind of by feeling it. But again, it's an older kind of a paint scheme, but it looks really, really good here. As you can see, the condition of the car, no complaints there at all. As we walk back to the back of the car, again, we've got those big chrome rear bumpers along with the big chrome bumperettes back here, all of which looks really good. Your tail lights, both the bezels and the lenses, those are all in great shape too. The bezels, there's no pitting at all. Lenses here on the tail lights, no cracks, no chips in any of that. No pitting on the rear bumper. Of course, you've got your Chevy emblem back here on the trunk that you normally see on the 55s. Now we'll go ahead and open up our trunk, and then we'll show you inside here. So just bear with me till I find the right key, and I did it on the first try. So you can see that the key works, the lock, the latch works, the hinges and the spring all work as they hold the trunk lid up. And you can see the trunk lid. Again, this car is really, really nice. Painted the same color as the exterior of the car, same burgundy. It's got some panels in here to help dress things up here. And of course, those panels match up with all the upholstery work that they did inside the trunk here as well. So you got your spare tire here, the trunk panels, all upholstered very nicely, the bow tie emblem there. You've got a trunk mat in here as well, and the carpeting in the trunk here, again, all in great shape. Let me look over here. Looks like it does have the jack and the wheel lug wrench in here too, the factory stuff. So again, you get all of that. Now I do want to mention also, as we're looking at this car, if you see little tiny things like this, these are not chips in the paint. I just want to point out in case you see that and think that it's a chip or something. It's actually part of the kind of the custom graphics or the paint work that was done on the car. These are supposed to be little stars. And you'll see those every so often, like you see here in the trunk. You'll actually see some of that continued to the interior of the car. So they just kind of followed the same theme throughout the car, like on the back here of the trunk lid. So again, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that it was not anything like a paint chip or anything like that, or an imperfection even in the paint. Now the trunk lid itself fits really good. Gaps and elevations are great there. As far as the back window goes, you can see how nice that is. No chips or cracks. The molding around that, same thing, nice and polished up there. No pitting, nice and straight, no dents or dings. As far as the antenna, looks like it might have a power antenna on it. Again, we come up the side of the car now. Again, you've got those matching graphics both sides, wheels and tires all the same, all your bright working moldings here, all in great shape. Same thing with all your glass, all in really good condition. You can see the gaps now on the passenger side here. Again, nice tight gaps. Your drip rail moldings and your rain gutter nice and smooth. Let's open the door up now from the passenger side. And again, same thing here, just all the interior in this car is in very great shape. No rips or tears in any of the seat upholstery, no tears or fading in any of the carpet. The center console back where your elbow would rest on it, there's no tears and no imperfections in any of that. Just all in all, a really nice car here. And again, as I said, this thing runs and drives great. So we'll close this up. Again, doors shut nice and easy on the car too. And again, I just want to make sure I mention, it is power locks and power windows just on your door glass. So as we come around the front now, of course, this is the front end of your 55 Chevy 210. You've got your big hood ornament here. You've got the Chevy emblems here on the front of that. Custom grille here in this 55. And again, your bumper up front matches the back there. No pitting, got the bumperettes here also. Your headlights, these are going to be traditional sealed beam units, glass lenses, no cracks or chips in any of that. Your directionals or your parking lamps down here, those lenses are in great shape. And all of your bezels, all chrome bezels, and again, no pitting at all. This car is in really nice shape. So we're going to go ahead and open up our hood next. There we go. And now we get to talk about the engine and the rest of the driveline. So as you can see underneath, they put the insulation here on the hood. So that's going to keep the heat where it needs to be and keep it from the outside here as you're walking around the car. As far as the engine compartment here, you can see nicely painted, same color as the rest of the car. Again, they've taken some of those star hand paintings there, put those in here too to keep everything kind of, you know, all the same theme here. Now as far as the motor goes, this is a Jasper engine. It's a Jasper 350 motor, small block Chevy. Jasper builds really good stuff, really reliable stuff, and of course your 350 is super reliable. You can beef this thing up if you want to, pretty cheap as far as pricing goes, and you got a great engine here to start with. Now as far as this motor goes, you can see the air cleaner and valve covers all matching. These are aluminum, finned aluminum valve covers and air cleaner. It looks to be a reusable style air cleaner. It's got the Edelbrock AVS carburetor. That's a single feed carb. And again, Edelbrock's so easy to adjust and very user friendly. They're just a great carburetor to have on there. As far as the ignition, slight upgrade here. It's kind of the stock style ignition, but it does have the Blaster 2 coil in it. So that's going to deliver a little better, a little hotter spark there, get you up and running there a little better. And of course your carburetor and the Edelbrock EPS aluminum intake is going to help deliver that fuel and air to this motor a lot more efficiently also for you. You can also see it's got chrome alternator. It does have aftermarket heat and air, and it is all functional too. So that's a real nice touch on a 55. As far as your brakes and your steering go, you do have power brakes here. You've got power steering as well. So you got pretty much all the comforts that you could ask for a 55 Chevy. Now it's disc brakes up front, drums on the rear. Like I said, power steering. It's got a nice aluminum radiator. That's going to cool this thing a lot more efficiently too. And then it's got the electric fan on it as well. So that takes the fan blade off the motor up front, frees up a little bit of power there on that 350. Also has the cooler there, or the condenser, I should say, for your heat and air unit there. Also has a billet aluminum overflow tank for that radiator. Now, with this motor here, for the exhaust, it's got a nice set of Sanderson exhaust manifolds here. These things are pretty pricey for manifolds, and they work great. All right, so now that we have our 55 Chevy 210 up on the lift, we're going to go through the underside of this car as complete as what we can. Hopefully I don't miss anything underneath here. Tell you exactly what we have for steering, suspension, drive line, frame floors, all that stuff as we normally do. This car does have a few things on it, make it really kind of neat and unique. So again, we're going to go over this and show you what we've got. So as far as the underside up front here, we'll go over suspension first. So the suspension on this car, pretty much your traditional 55 Chevy suspension. You've got your upper and lower control arms. Those are factory, stock stamped steel components there. But this car does have, looks to be a chromed sway bar up front here, so that's going to help the handling, actually a whole lot on one of these cars. Again, they're a bigger car, bigger body. Most of the time they set up just a little wee bit more, so this is going to control that body roll on the car there, so it's going to help considerably as far as that goes. Everything that is suspension obviously is going to be coming off your front cross member and frame up here, stock cross member, and it's in good shape, not bent up or dinged up too bad there. Your steering, that's power steering on this car. All of your arms here, your drag link, pitman arm, tie rods, all of this stuff is straight and in good condition. Ball joints here, all the little rubber dust boot covers, those are all intact, as well as with your ball joints out at the ends of all of your suspension arms. As far as the rear suspension, let's go back there real quick. Just again, traditional rear suspension back here. So you got your multi-leaf rear suspension here, just a normal set of gas charged shocks here. And then as far as the rear end goes, this is your original style rear end back here, your Chevy rear end for the 55. Inside this we have a 373 gear ratio, and as you can see, everything is nice and dry here, free from any leaks that we can see back here at the rear end. Now we'll go over the rest of the drive line here, might as well do that right now. So at the motor, this is a Jasper Engines motor here. It's a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine. Jasper, you can buy all kinds of stuff from them, but yes, this is a 350, got good power to it here. And again, 350s, good reliable horsepower too. The oil pan on this Chevy motor, it is nice and dry, free from any leaks or drips. Behind that, we've got a turbo 350 automatic transmission pan here, all dry also. It's got the cover on it for the flywheel and torque converter. And one of those things that make this unique, back here you have, it's from a company called Gear Vendors, and this is your over-underdrive unit here. Bolts to the back of your transmission, get you so that you can, depending on the gear that's in the rear end, if you need the overdrive when you're out on the highway or something, cruising around, you've got that here too with it. So again, nice unit to have in one of these cars. Of course, your drive shaft, that's all a balanced unit to help eliminate any kind of drive line vibrations. So again, that's all intact. All the universals, those are all in good condition on this too. Exhaust system on this car, as you can see that down underneath the car here. It starts at the engine here. It's got a nice set of Sanderson exhaust manifolds on it here. Then we have the dual pipe, so again, it is a full dual exhaust here. It's got these Billet Pro turbo mufflers on it here, nice polished mufflers here. And then of course, tailpipes that go up over top of that rear end housing, and then straight out the back of the car, right underneath the rear bumper with a nice set of chrome, looks like slash cut exhaust tips back there on the car. As far as the floors on this car, I've looked this car front to back now, and I'm actually very impressed. The floors on this car, I see no patching, no replacement of panels here. All of the bracing, that is all intact, even all the way out to the pinch welds here and rockers. All of that, all intact, no holes. Floors look great on this car. Of course, the frame, it's nice and straight. Again, the 55 Chevy full frame on this car, and you can see those frame rails here, both sides. They look great here. There's no dents or dings in them. All of your brake lines, fuel lines, and so forth run right along the side of the frame here. All of the body mount, bolts, bushings, and so forth, those all look to be in great shape too. Nothing is smushed or crushed down too much. They all look good. Nothing dry rotted, split, or cracked. All of that looks good. As far as the brake system on this car, it is power brakes also. We've got disc brakes up front and drums out on the back. Wheels and tires, it's got your factory steel rally wheels all the way around it. They are 15-inch wheels with center caps and beauty rings. And then for tires, it's got the Uniroyal Tiger Paw tire on it. And these are 215/70 R15s on all four corners, which is nice because come time to rotate tires, makes it real simple. Just flip them front to back. Tread's all good on all the tires. As far as the rest of the car, pinch welds, rockers, all good and solid. Pinch welds nice and straight. And the fuel tank in the back here, again, this is going to be your stock fuel tank. It looks to be in great shape too, nice and straight. No dents or dings in any of that. All of your straps and mounting hardware, those are all in good condition also. So that's pretty much it for underneath our 55 Chevy here. We're going to go ahead and get this 210 down off the lift next. Go underneath the hood. We'll fire this Jasper 350 up for you.